Hey y'all, so welcome back to Trendy DIY 29, back with another video. Right now I'm behind my house. This is my little garden. I wanted to do an update. It looks kind of a mess right now, but I'm trying to make this video before it gets too dark. So over here, this is what you call when you know, this is what you see when you know you have a caterpillar problem. As you can see, let me see if I can find one in here so I can show y'all what they look like. But if it's easier if you try to do it at night with like a black light. But you see all these little holes and stuff? This is from a caterpillar. I done picked like 3 caterpillars up off to this plant. And you can see that this is a collard plant, but they've been smashing this. So the other day, what I did was, this is my little baby basil. They're not messing with the basil though. But the other day, sorry this is a little bit shaky. But the other day what I did was, is I brought this, let me see. I brought this garden insect killer, kills on contact. So I'm going to treat my garden with this for once every 5 to 7 days. And hopefully that should get rid of them. So basically this plant, they've eaten a lot of it. There's a few leaves like this one. This one's still good. No, a few other ones. This one's still good. So I might be able to salvage some of this. But all of this chewed up part, I'm going to just cut all that off and get rid of it. So let's go down here. I'm supposed to be moving, guys. So you'll probably be seeing another garden soon. But this is my little wooden box. I'm so proud of it. My little grow box. As you can see, is growing crazy. Let me turn it the other way, guys. Sorry. So this is my grow box, as you can see. And right here I had got some seeds, right, like I told you in the other video, and then I lost, like they fell, so I don't know exactly what everything was. So I had planted collards, kales, and cabbage. This, I believe, is collards, but it could potentially be a cabbage, but I'm not sure. If anybody knows, write it in the comments what you think this is, but I believe that this is collard. But look how good these are growing in this box. This is the best investment that I've made. This box is originally was like $117. Got it on sale at Walmart for $45. Talking about knowing how to shop. So in here, it's kind of bunched together, but if you look down in here, if I move this, you can see that I've spaced it out. It's just that everything is growing, but they're a good, like, almost a foot apart, almost. And you can see that these are growing great. I'm going to show you right here. Shit. Try and move this out the way. This has grew so big. I'm about to cut this down, but right here, this is the head lettuce that I grew. And this is a Bib Lettuce. So this is one full head. And if I show you guys down in there, you can see this is another head back here. So look how thick it grew. So here go head number 2. So that's Bib Lettuce. This is a mild type lettuce. It's a good type of lettuce if you want to do like lettuce wraps or something. That's good. And back here, as you can see, this is the curly kale. I actually think I see a baby caterpillar on here, so I might have to come back and get it. But this is my curly kale. I'm sorry, guys. It's hard to really see this. All my plants aren't bunched up like this. And this is some giant noble spinach. Now, I don't know what's going on. I never grew this before, but you guys can see it looks like little spiky flowers. So I think because of the heat, it went to seed. So, but it's spinach. Giant noble spinach, but it went to seed, so it might not taste great, because you know, if you let your plants go to seed, it changes the flavor. And down here, I'm not sure, but I think that this is the cabbage. This might be the cabbage, but I'm not sure, because if you look at this one and then you look at this one, right, this looks more like collards, that looks more like cabbage, but I'm really not sure yet, to be honest. I'm not sure, because they look very similar. Then back here, we have the, look how pretty, how purple that is. It's pretty. This is the red Russian Kale. And The red Russian kale, it's really pretty. Like if you look at the stalks, look how purple that is. They're like pretty and purple. And then I have two of those. Here goes the second one in the back. And they have really cool looking leaves, like a greenish purple with a purple stalk. So they're pretty if you want to add a little bit of color to your garden. And then over here, you guys can see this right here. This is a black seeded lettuce. I want it to grow heads just to see how it goes, but you can harvest lettuce at any time and eat it. You don't have to wait for it to get big, but I wanted to grow heads of lettuce because I'm trying to replace a lot of the vegetables that I buy from the grocery store. So as you can tell, the lettuce is growing amazing. I just watered them if you're wondering why they look kind of limp a little bit. Sometimes when you water them, the water can like push them over a little bit. And then in the back, this is another head of black seeded lettuce, which I love. It's not as big because once stuff gets big, it starts to shade out other stuff. So I'm probably going to cut some of these down tonight for dinner because I'm supposed to be making some fried chicken. So I might make some fried chicken and some greens or a salad or something, or maybe some kale. I'm not sure. I have a lot of variety. That's what I wanted, was variety. And then right here, all the other ones died, so this is my only one, but I just started some more. But this is cool looking. It looks like dinosaur kale almost, but it's not. It's called Lacinata, I think. It's either Lacinata or Lacinto. It's one of them. I think it's Lacinata Kale, and it's like a thin kale, but it's like kind of curly and it's really thick. And then of course over here I have another one that I think may be cabbage. And over here, look guys, some more lettuce. Like this lettuce is growing crazy. Like I'm gonna have to make have a cookout and make a giant salad or something, because I have a lot of lettuce and I don't want to waste it. Even though I planted it from seed, all of this stuff that you see in here was planted from seed. Besides, I want to say two of these collards. I think this collard and I think this collard. Now, if this is a collard, I think these two. But there were two collards that I did buy already grown. But I grew a lot of the majority of all of this stuff that's in here is from seed. And then right here, I believe this is another cabbage. Not sure, but it's kind of small. He's been eaten by the caterpillar. But if you see something like this with these little holes on it, you can just cut around the holes, but don't use the leaves that are like completely like look like Swiss cheese. You want to throw those away. And if you see like something is eating your plant, you're going to want to cut off all the leaves that they ate. Don't try to save the plant. Like cut off all the leaves and just leave a few on the top for photosynthesis so that your leaves can get in the energy, and they'll grow back in like 3 to 6 weeks. So don't be trying to save stuff that can't be saved. And over here, this is my curly kale. Now this I'm so proud of because look at it. Look how full and big this is. This curly kale, which I love, my grandma makes this all the time. She used to always make this for like Thanksgiving and stuff. She'll do kale and collard. Sometimes she'll mix them. But grandma, if you're watching this, look at my kale. You can come over the house and cook it for me. But look how big this is. And this is one kale plant. So this shows you how big it can get. And if you look over here, this kale plant, he's kind of thin because he's fighting for sun with these big giant leaves over here. So I know next time that I need to make sure that I'm planting them in the right order. Like the lettuce is in the front and the giant ones in the back or something. Then we'll walk over here. And this is my strawberries. I have it sitting on this little thing. And what I did was I took one big pot. I can't remember what size pot this is, but I took another pot and put it in the middle. And what I did was I planted, if you can see, 3 strawberry plants in here. As you can see, there goes the strawberry. It's starting to grow. Strawberry flowers that let you know a strawberry is right behind. And then look at my strawberries. These were brought small from Lowe's. I did buy these pre-made Because you know, strawberries, you don't plant them necessarily from seed. You plant them from the root. So look how good those look. And look at all these flowers. I'm going to have a ton of strawberries. I counted like 45 or 50 strawberries that are starting. As you can see, all these flowers are going to be strawberries. All of these things right here are going to be strawberries. So you guys can see these are all going to turn into strawberries. So there's a lot. Back here, look, even more strawberries hanging off on the side. You see them? They're cute. Look, some more little baby ones. And I'm glad that I planted them to the side, because with strawberries, you don't want them to lay on the ground because they will rot. So keep that in mind. And if you guys are wondering what this wild stuff is in the back, these are actually marigolds that I grew from seed. Look how big these are. I grew these from seed. They grew pretty fast. Marigolds are really good for keeping away insects and like rats or mice, certain pests that like to mess with your plants and want to eat your strawberries and stuff. Plant marigolds and it'll cover up the smell so they won't even realize that they're there, as well as irritate their nose. Over here, well, I'll skip something, guys. Right here are my, don't pay attention to my lilies. They died. Some Easter lilies I found on sale. I tried my hardest to make them grow, and they just would not grow. They just died. They looked pretty for a few days and died, so waste of money. Right here, guys, believe it or not, these are my potatoes. I did it in a 5-gallon bucket. Let you guys see what's in here. But these are the potatoes. Of course, you know potatoes grow under the ground. But what I did was I started off with the seed potatoes, which look like basically potatoes that sprouted. And I put them inside about 5 inches of dirt. And I just left the sprouts sticking up, watered them, and then they started to grow like this. And as your potatoes grow, the stalks, what you're going to do is you're just going to add more dirt to it, so that it will keep adding. You know, the potatoes are going to grow off the sides of here. So you just keep adding dirt the more tall that the plant gets. And every time that you cover up the stem with dirt, more potatoes will grow on there. If that makes any sense, guys, I'm sorry. And then right here, now this is the one I want to talk about, okay? This is the cucumber. This is a national pickling cucumber. I had a Sumter cucumber, which is a salad cucumber for salads, but it died. I'm growing some more cucumbers inside the house right now under a light. They're actually about ready to come outside. But if you're a beginner gardener, cucumbers is the hardest thing to grow. I've had a lot of them die on me. A lot of them come back. Like, they are very, very picky. Do not plant a cucumber until it is officially summer and hot outside. If you're even going to get any 40 or 50 degree nights, I wouldn't even mess with the cucumber, because it's just going to die on you. And if you do plant cucumbers, make sure that you plant a lot of them at different times. So I would plant 3 cucumber seeds, let those sprout, and then I will go back the next week, plant another 3, and then another 3 a week after that. Just so if they die on you, you got different cucumbers in different stages of life. You can thank me later. But as you can see, it's not doing nothing. It's taking forever. The one in the house under the light is bigger than this. And when you start seeds, you know you want to acclimate them. So you can see some of mine got a little bit of sunburn on them because they weren't used to the sun. Then over here, I have some more, as you guys can see, some more red Russian kale. You can see how red and purplish these are. They're really pretty. And here, guys, I got my onions. I don't know if you can see, but they're growing down in there. I got my onions growing in a bucket. I just wanted to try to grow onions. I have 3 different kinds. I have some white snowball onions, some stutter gutter yellow onions, and some red barren onions. So I got red, white, and yellow onions, which is going to be cool. Right here, this is just growing beautiful, guys. This is actually spearmint. Look at all of that spearmint. Like, spearmint, like mint, as everybody knows, mint is a plant that you want to plant in a pot because it will take over your whole entire yard if you don't. Over here, we have peppermint. This is just regular peppermint. I got this as a baby plant. It was nowhere near this big. It was like the size of this, like right here. And look at all of this that grew. And it's been outside in the cold, the rain, everything. It's just doing good. Then over here, look at these, guys. I got my summer squash. they died too, and I had to replant these ones. Summer squash, the same thing with the cucumber. They're easier to grow than the cucumber. You just got to make sure that when you put them outside, it's officially warm. But you can see my little squash leaves coming in. Eventually, I'll hopefully get some flowers soon. But I have 2 of them in here, and I think that I shouldn't have 2 in here because I don't think there's enough space. So I may, or I'm sorry guys, I almost dropped the phone. May or may not, you know, pull one out. Over here, you see I have my baby lettuces, but they're getting kind of big now. So you can see all of these. I'm trying to get over my thing, but all of these, yeah, that's better. On my stand, you can see the baby lettuces. And now this is what to look for. Lettuces do not like heat. So when it gets hot, you probably want to, you can grow lettuce in the inside. So you can take your lettuce inside, grow it in a window, or you can pull your lettuce up and plant something else, because when it gets hot, lettuce goes to seed. And what I mean by seed is that it feels like, oh my goodness, the season is almost over. Let me make seeds so that I can hurry up and spread these seeds before the season is over, so that I know that I will have a new generation coming. So that's what they did. And this is what it looks like when they go to seed. Look at this lettuce, guys. Like, look how tall this is. It's coming from here, right here, and you look. The lettuce then went all the way up here. This is the lettuce seed, well, the lettuce flowers. And I said I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to leave that in there. And I'm going to let this probably dry out. I may or may not leave it in there. It depends. But I might let this dry out and then cultivate the seeds and plant those. Because what you do is you let these dry out. And then once they get real, real dry, you take them and you rub them together and you take the seeds out. And the flowers actually don't smell like anything. But that's the lettuce. And you can see it has some red kale in there. It's some romaine in there. It's all different types of lettuce in there. So this is just my quick and go, grab and go lettuce. And then in the back, guys, this is an experiment, because if you look at that, it may not be that deep. But these are, let me come around the back so you guys can see better. Well, let me move this plant out the way. That's the good thing about container gardens. You can move stuff. So right here, you guys can see these are carrots. I just did an experiment. I found some rainbow carrot seeds. As you can see, the carrot tops look great. I thinned them out a little bit. And if you look real close, you can see right here, a carrot is forming. Right here. That's the carrot. So hopefully those are good. But carrots take a really long time to grow. Like about 70 days. So these carrots have been here for a while. I'm about to just plant some more carrot seeds. That's the type of thing is, if you're going to plant carrots, plant them. But plant a lot of other stuff too, because you will be annoyed. And then down here, I have some more peppermint. Peppermint is just a good thing to have around your garden, because it will keep away pests and different insects. And this is, I believe, another, I want to say this may be a cabbage plant, but as you can tell, this one got eaten by some caterpillars as well. And then this is what I'm so proud of, my watermelon. I have 2 watermelons just in case. I always do just in case plants, because if one die, you got one to replace it with. It won't hurt so bad when you got to pull it out. But right here, you guys can see, look at the little watermelon leaf. I have this watermelon. These were like, they like warm weather too. So I had to like cover this up with a blanket, because I had started it too early in the season. But if you look in the back, there's a baby one. I'm probably going to end up pulling that one, so that they don't fight over the nutrients in this bucket. Let me go around, guys. And this is just like a DIY project I did. I should have recorded. But I had just took 4 cinder blocks. It was like $1.65. Used some painter's tape. I spray painted this design with the tape. And voila. And then I got 2 pieces of wood, put it on top, and stained it with a stain. And then my boyfriend built me this bench. This was like on YouTube. Somebody was showing how to build an easy bench. My boyfriend put the bench together. As you can see, he's putting a new string in a weed whacker. But that's what we did, and it cost, I want to say, like $15 to $20 to build this bench. And then to build this little plant stand work area, this is where I put my seedlings and stuff at when I start them. That probably cost about, I want to say maybe $25 to $30 just because I brought different color spray paints and I didn't keep it gray. But this one, this is just a regular mint one that I brought from the grocery store. I brought mint from the grocery store, and as you can see, mint can spread, okay? And look at it. And it roots out. So if you take these mints and you lay them down on like some grass, you can make it root out. So you can start a lot of mint plants from one mint plant. I just chose to buy a lot because I wanted them to be thick, bushy plants fast, because I was really scared about pests messing with my stuff. As you guys can see, I love my kale, another curly kale. Look at this one. This one is like massive. This is the massive curly kale. Like, it's super curly. Like, so more curly kale. And this is my pride and joy. As you can see, they light up. They're so cute. I got these little glass things. They light up at night. And with these little globes, it looks really pretty. But these are sugar snap peas. And look how beautiful these flowers are. Like, you guys got to see that. You can't tell me you wouldn't want to wake up and see this. Like, when you come outside. Look how pretty that is. And they're all over. But look, I got some, guys. Look. My sugar snap pea. There go one. And look how thick and healthy this is. If you're going to grow something easy that grows fast, plant some peas. Look, another one. Another one starting. Let's see if we can find some more, guys. Only thing is that you see how this is? It's all the way up to here already, and I only got this much left. So that's a problem. I should have used 6-foot stakes, which I just brought. But now, as you can see, they tangle up and grab on the stuff. Like you see this, they're called tendrils, and they grab on, and that's how you get them to stand up. So they're in a big knot holding on to each other for dear life. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. I might just insert some more sticks around. It's just that I don't want this to grow too bushy because it's going to be hard to find the peas in the inside. But I can't wait to eat these. And if I show you on the other side, there's a one that's flattened out already. And look at this one. He's like actually probably ready to eat, because I think they say once you see him chubby up and flatten out a little bit and you see them forming, I think he's almost ready. And then you see a little baby one. I think it's so beautiful how it come out the flower, which means that the bees came through. I was scared the bees weren't going to come through, but look how pretty these are. I love pea plants. I just want to go crazy. I brought some green beans, which is growing right now under a grow light because I want to do some green beans. And then I also brought some yellow wax beans, which are growing, which I have not started yet, but I plan on starting a peat pot. So it's going to be a lot of stuff. And then I'm planning on moving. So this is going to be a big thing on moving a garden. I'm going to make sure I show you that, because I've never seen a YouTube video that talked about people actually moving a whole entire garden. Because I'm going to have to literally move this whole garden with the plants in it, because I'm moving in the summertime. And some of these plants, well, I'm moving in the fall. And a lot of these plants are going to grow up and through the fall. So this should be fun, right? This should be lots of fun, you know. And down here, this is a cold frame box that I have, which is really good if you want to start your plants early and it's still cold outside. I plan on using this in the winter time when it's like snow outside, that I can have a select amount of things that I can grow. And certain things you can actually grow that will grow under the snow, like certain cabbages and stuff will grow under the snow. So I'm going to play around with that. But in here are my tomatoes. And these are one of my favorite ones I showed you guys in the video. The Patio hybrid tomato. So I got 2 of them in here. So this is one. If you guys look closely up in here, you can see the flowers. And you know, when you see flowers, that means that vegetables and fruit are coming. So this is the Patio hybrid. This is another Patio hybrid. And then in between, let me cut this arm off because it's shading my flower that I grew. It won't let me break this damn thing off. Okay, hold on. Maybe it's not meant for me to break it, so I'll just move it backwards. But be careful too when you trim your plants. You might want to spray around them, like if you're going to prune your plant, spray around them with like some peppermint oil and water, because when you cut your plant, it sends off a message, like a smell in the air that insects and animals can smell, and it makes them feel like your plant is injured. And if they think your plant is injured, they're going to come get your plant and they're going to eat it. So if you spray peppermint oil, it'll mask the scent, because everybody knows that tomatoes definitely, but a lot of plants, when you cut them, they give off a strong scent. So keep that in mind. But if you look down here, I got my 2 patio hybrids. Yes, you can grow 2 of them in this container because I've done it before. I did it last summer. And in the middle, this is new, I added some more marigolds. They said marigolds are good, you know, once again, to deter pests and keep them away. So I got some marigolds going on. And the ones in the box are actually doing very, very well. Like, they were outside in the cold. These are my peppers back here that I started. Remember, I dropped the seeds, so I really don't know what these are. I planted some jalapenos. I planted some cayenne peppers. I planted some bell peppers. So these could be jalapeno, cayenne, bells. You know, I don't know. But I'll know once they start to grow. But I planted these off from seeds. And yes, I know it's probably not going to be enough space. So I'm going to eventually probably cut this and dig out some of these plants and put them somewhere different and pray for their survival. And then next, right here, I'm proud of this. I grew these basils from seed. Look how tall they got. So I need to like figure out how to make basil bush out and not get tall, because it's growing into like a basil tree instead of a basil bush. So I think most things tell you if you want your plant to bush out, then you cut off the top of it and then it'll start to bush out on the side. So I'm gonna try that, but haven't done that yet. So I have my 2 basil plants, which is really good. So once my tomatoes are done, I'm going to do like some basil. It's so strong. Oh my goodness, I just touched it. It smells so good. I'm going to do basil with some of my different types of tomatoes and make my own tomato sauce. And I got some herbs that I'm growing too. It's going to be good. And I'm getting into canning and stuff. So hopefully I'll be canning that. Right here is another tomato that I'm growing. I grew this one from seed. I'm proud of it. This is a Homestead Tomato, which is going to be a full-size tomato. And I haven't put a cage or anything in there yet, because look how thick the stalk is. I've been trying to give it good nutrients and stuff. Like, I give them fertilizer every about every 7 to 14 days. And then over here is my lavender. I have 2 lavender plants in here because I love lavender. You can do a lot. You can actually eat lavender. You can cook with lavender. You can put lavender in your bath. You can put lavender in oil and make lavender body oil. You can do a lot of stuff with lavender. And I make soaps and stuff. So I just was curious on learning how to grow and cultivate lavender, so that eventually in my business I plan on trying to grow a lot of this stuff organically instead of purchasing it. And then next, over here, I just got another box, guys. I went back and I was like, let me get the last one. So I got the last one. And here we got 2 heads of lettuce. And as you can see, I got a lot of space for a whole bunch of more stuff. I'm just not sure what I'm putting in here yet, because I have like some Swiss chard in the house that I started. I have pumpkins that literally, my pumpkins are growing already. And I'm like, crap, I'm going to be growing pumpkins in my basement probably until October, or until it's cool enough for them to come outside. But over here is the black seeded lettuce, and as you can see, it's a really crinkly type of lettuce, very mild flavor. Right here, this is a red pepper. I want to say, yeah, it's a red bell pepper, guys. I brought this one from the store because I was literally getting impatient with the ones that I planted from seeds. So I was like, let me just buy 2 of them from the store so I could just watch those ones grow until mine from seed catch up. So I got that. Over here, I have a sweet banana pepper. And as you guys can see, if I get close, you can see, it's not getting close, but you can see right here, a pepper is starting. And you can see the flower right here. When you see flowers, you know fruit is coming. Right here, a pepper has started, but it's barely there. You can see that. So I have a few little peppers, as you guys can see, starting on the red pepper plant. Then my little cute little bench, guys. I love this bench, and I just used like some $4 stain from Lowe's and some plywood, and it was perfect. Okay, over here, these are some flowers that I tried to save that I brought at Walmart that were 75 cents. They are Snapdragons. They still, if you can see, got some buds on there, but I've watered them and tried to bring them back to life to plant them into a container, but they just keep dying. It's like they don't want to live. This is my second try with radishes. If you want an instant gratification, you want to grow some radishes. Radishes grow really, really fast, and you can literally plant the seed and have radishes in like 30 days or less. So, first time I did the seeds too close together, so the radishes weren't able to form underneath the ground. This time I put them out, but I still feel like I don't know what's up with this. If anybody knows why mine look real, I know this is legginess and that comes from them reaching for the light, but I don't know. Should I add more dirt to cover this up? Like, what do I do? Because I feel like the radish is forming above the dirt, like it's not enough. I'm not sure. So these are French breakfast radishes. I'm going to try these, and I'm just going to keep trying it until I get it right. Look, a red ant, people. I haven't seen one of those in forever. But right here, I'm proud of is my chamomile. My chamomile just started coming in. As you can see, this chamomile seems like it's going to be kind of like how my poppy flowers were. Poppy flowers take a long time to grow. And then once mine sprouted, I started doing more research. Come to find out, the freaking poppy plants don't even like the summertime. So I might not even get poppy, which sucks. So that's my garden, guys. That's my little tour that I want to give y'all. Oh, I didn't even show you my one. See, this is when you know you have too many plants because you forget. Over here, my little hanging plant. This is my hanging lavender. But as you can see, it's been too hot for the lavender, so it didn't dry it up a little bit. At the bottom of, you see my greens and my carrots that I showed you. At the bottom, that's just another peppermint. Right here, this is, look at this one. This is a, you guys can see this. These are the buds right here. So the tomatoes are coming soon. Like, they're all over. There goes some more buds. And I go back through here. Another one. There goes some more. And this is actually a beefsteak. Let me show you. This is a big beefsteak tomato. So these are going to be huge. This is going to be the biggest one yet. I just don't know. I haven't got one tomato yet, not even a green one yet. So hopefully in the next, like, I say hopefully in the next couple weeks, I should have something. Definitely by the end of June, everything should be growing and everything should have grown. So, then I have some herbs that I'm going to show you guys. And then that'll be the end. I didn't mean it to be this long, but I didn't realize I had this many plants. So, I'm going to try to not get you in the video because I'm filming my video. I'm trying to get to these plants, but my boyfriend won't move, so I can't show them to y'all. And he know I was filming a video, but, you know, that's what they do. He don't want to be on camera, but he always want to come around when he can be on camera. Like, okay? So, up here, my last thing I wanted to show you guys is my herbs. And I planted these all the way up here because I wanted to be able to easily get them from out of, get them for the kitchen, you know, if I'm cooking something. So I planted them up here and they're doing great. This is my lemon thyme. It was a little plant. Look how, like, this plant is, like, really, really healthy. And you can see that's lemon thyme. And it smells like lemon. And over here is my rosemary. And rosemary is doing really good. It's one of my favorite herbs to cook with. And then my womp 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 over here, finally. This is my poppy flower. Look, it's dying out. It looked like it's too hot. I don't know what else to do for it. But try again next year. That's all you can do when it comes to planting, is just try again. But it smells so good. These herbs are so strong. But just back to look what they did. Like, this is what a caterpillar can do. And when you see one, if you see a white moth flying around your garden, that white moth, 9 times out of 10, that is the mother of the caterpillars that are going to be eating up all your plants. So if you see the white moth, get out there and start spraying your stuff with some neem oil, or like some organic dish soap and water, like 2 tablespoons to a gallon of water, and you can coat the leaves with that. You need to do something, because as you can see, this is what, look at that, this is what happened. You look up underneath the here. This is also another thing to look for. This white stuff right here, you see these little white lines? If you look at those white lines, you can tell that this is where a certain type of caterpillar or slug-like animal was on here eating, because they leave these marks. Don't think that this is bird poop, because I thought it was bird poop until I did like a research. No, that is the marks that the slugs and the caterpillars leave. And then my little baby basil. I got basil growing everywhere. I want to try to grow some bay leaf, because I like bay leaf too. But bay leaf, I found out, was like a whole tree almost. So I don't know if I want to do that. But yeah, guys, this is my little garden. It's not much, but it's something to come out here and to do during the daytime, to tend to. I got more than enough plants to keep me occupied. And I just can't get over how good these strawberries are. And the freaking birds didn't steal them. Like, I can't get over that. Like, the birds are thieves. The birds will steal your, they will steal your strawberries. My sister just told me that the birds flew off with her strawberries and she didn't even get to eat them. So if that happens, you need to get a net, like from Home Depot, put it on top, or you can put like a strainer. But as you can see, mine is big and wild. I'm going to probably have to put a net. But the birds, at least not that I have noticed, haven't stole any, but they're probably going to steal some soon. I'm thinking it may have something to do with the marigolds that's keeping the birds from eating them, but I'm not sure. But I just love looking at that. It's so cute. And if you can just see, look how many is going to be. That's 1, 2. For every one of these things that you guys see is going to be a strawberry. So just look, there's a massive amounts of strawberries in here. It's crazy. And I'm really excited about this. So if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe. And if you have any questions like this right here, you see somebody that moved in. When you see stuff like this, you want to get rid of this stuff, because you don't want it to grow spiders, and then you get spider mites and you get all types of stuff. So keep that in mind. Keep your garden pest free, but don't mess with the there are certain things that may seem like pests that are supposed to be there. So do remember that. So also, if you're going to treat your garden for any type of say with any type of fungicide or anything like that for pests or stuff like that, make sure that you're spraying chemicals and stuff on your plants. Make sure that you're spraying those in the evening when the sun has went down. You don't want to spray it when it's real hot outside and it's bright, because it'll damage the leaves. So keep that in mind, and make sure that you like, you share, and you subscribe. Leave any questions you may have in the comments below, and thanks for watching.